My name is Zed. I'm a hobby programmer, linguist, and writer. I'm generally happy with my life. I got friends, a great family, fun daily challenges, people I can depend on, and people who depend on me. But it didn't really used to be like this. Let's start when I got to high school. I had many familiar faces, but it still felt something strange and new. I started to talk to all sorts of people. They were really friendly towards me, but after a while I stopped talking with them. Because of my social anxiety, I really couldn't talk to them when they were in a group. They were in a group who I judged as toxic and mean, so I began to judge them as toxic and mean as well. Then I started to talk less with people who formed groups with people I was too afraid to talk to. This got me to have less and fewer people who I could talk to. But in my first year, I got to know a person who seemed to accept me for who I am, and I trusted them. I really looked up to this person for their carefree personality and friendly behavior. Soon they have stopped showing up and I started to feel worried about them. They said that they are deadly ill. I felt more and more worried, but later many people were talking about that they are not ill and that they have seen them everywhere at the town I lived in. I didn't want to listen to that, but later I had to realize that this was more than just a rumor. We stopped talking. But now I had no one to talk to, I had no friends, and I started to fall into the darkest 2 years of my life. Imagine yourself in my situation. I trusted a person who was never really my friend. I judged people before they could introduce themselves. Everyone just knew me as the person who was allied with someone who lied to everyone. I had no friends, and without friends, I wasn't loved. And I thought if I wasn't loved, then why should I love anyone? I felt nothing is going in the right direction. I felt that no matter what I do, I will not have any purpose in life. I felt depressed. Every single insult hurt more. I couldn't bear laughter around me, because I felt like they were laughing at me. I thought everyone was evil, and people who seemed nice were just pretending. I started to judge more people without knowing them, because I couldn't realize that I might be the problem to all this. Then summer came. It was a long but really dark summer for me. My daily routine was terrible. I woke up at noon, had lunch, then at 10 p.m. went to bed for 6 hours. Then I started playing video games until 3 or 4 a.m. Then repeat. The time I was awake I mostly played video games, and when I had to go somewhere I wasn't happy. I felt like the world was going against me. That summer made me emotionally blind. I couldn't appreciate the people who tried to cheer me up, the sunshine on my face, the places I got to be. I tried to be with people but still didn't really feel love. I just felt like I have to be with people because that's what I was told to do. I have given a group a chance. I told myself if I were to judge them, I will have nobody to talk to. And they really accepted me for who I am. First I was hesitant, so every time I sat down with them I jokingly said, "Hey, came to steal your air." One time one of them said, "You know that you don't do that, right?" That kind of moved me, but this time in the right direction. Feeling depressed actually can come from you feeling comfortable with being sad. When I was depressed, I thought of a mistake I made in my life and then put 3 more issues next to it. Then, when I ran out of issues, I started to jump into what ifs. When I was trying to talk to someone, this voice was telling me, "You're not interesting. Why bother talking? And if you don't talk, why should you be here?" If I told a joke and not enough people cared, the voice would tell me, "See, you're not funny. Everybody thinks that you're just an annoying person." Then this voice was giving me commands, such as, "You're a disgrace. You should be punished for that." Now, at the start of the term, we got another classmate. This person could be the most uplifting person I have ever met. She invited me to a group in October 2018. I was still feeling depressed and the invite was for December. I refused, but it felt great that someone invited me somewhere. But one day, in December 2018, something dawned on me. I realized what I did wrong. I won't explain now what caused me to wake me up from my depression, but it's not a slow process, it's one day to another. How does waking up feel like? Well, first you have to realize that you and only you can fix everything. Ask yourself, do I want to live in an eternal sadness and have everyone in my life as an enemy? If your answer is no, then congratulations, you have just beaten depression. What comes after should be a fight with yourself. For me, this fight was really enjoyable. I can safely call myself lucky for the support I got. I got invited to the group that I was talking about earlier, but this time I accepted with no hesitation, even though the invite was for March 2019. Speaking of that month, I got to meet my first love. And even though it ended sooner than I expected, I had fun figuring out how love works. She was a fun person to be with. And about the group, I had to talk in front of a lot of people, which was my biggest fears back then. They helped me through my darkest times, and I've met really great friends there. I still haven't opened up to the world as much as I wanted to, but I'm getting better and better at it. The more you open up, the more you're gonna enjoy the world around you, because you can be whoever you want to be. The more you could be yourself, the happier you'll become. People will be more friendly to a person who is more opened up and original. So, if you're in depression, make the choice. Do you want to change this? Thank you for watching. I hope I could say something to move you closer to happiness and a better life. I was Zeed, and I'm really happy you listened through all this. Nah, bro, just go for it.